Hello? Is that... Huh? Hello? What? Is this... Hello? Is anyone... Hello? Is that visual, audio visual? Audio visual... this visual audio showgram the show doing and just above it the shows this is just show just above it all show. Today's Tuesday. Tuesday. Yeah. Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Oh God. How did we get here? Does anyone know? Like, I wake up and it's fucking Tuesday all of a sudden? The fuck? So I got a show lined up for today. This is the show. Showgram. Is Tuesday 14 today. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because it's 1789 number show above it all. This is 1000. You know what's the deal with YouTube? You know, you show up and then all right, we're jumping. I don't even know where to start. I got bangers. This is gonna be an oops all bangers show. I got like 18,000 news stories, and they're all fucking incredible. That is the noise I've been making too. I hope that whenever I make bizarre noises, I hope they also do that. It's an expression of... It's an expression. If I'm Anastopheles, you'll be surprised to know I haven't done any drugs at all, other than caffeine. in 72 hours. Taking a little bit of a tea break. You know what they say? It's tea break. I prefer coffee. Making bizarre noises releases pent-up energy and breaks up monotony. I love making random noises. I love being in the middle of the woods and then just going, ah! So everyone, today is the Above It All show. Tuesday, 7-8-9-1-1000. I got a little. I could just sit here. That's the thing with this show. I could just sit here and do this for an hour and you motherfuckers would watch it. What the hell? I could just do this for an hour and then call it a day. And you would love it. Y'all motherfuckers would be like, everybody just gotta watch this. Above It All. So apparently it's Valentine's Day. Everybody, or so I am told. Is Valentine even a word? When did that word start? What the fuck? Mid 15th century. What's the deal with Saint Valentine? You got... He's a saint? What is a saint? When did we call people? Why? What is a saint? A person acknowledged as holy or virtuous. Typically regarded as being in heaven after death. What the fuck is a saint? What is that? A person acknowledged as holy or virtuous. Holy, that's not real, so what is virtuous? Having or showing high moral standards. So anyone who has high moral standards is a saint? Am I a saint? I have high moral standards. I dropped something on the floor. And I feel like I should pick it up. But it requires getting out of my chair. Can I like stretch my... No, my foot's not gonna... Oh well. Max, don't eat it. Do you think dogs would eat metal? Like I have a metal... It's a small toy. Would dogs eat metal? Should I worry about that? Should I get it? Should I get up? Max, are you dumb? I don't know if he's dumb or not. Max, are you dumb? Max, come here. You tell me. Is this dog dumb? Would he eat metal? Max, would you eat metal? God, you're dumb though, aren't you? Oh, he is pretty dumb. Alright, I'm gonna go pick up this toy. Jesus. Are you seeing this guy? Look at this guy! Ooh, look at him! My... It's the Above It All show. Alright, I guess I gotta get started. Let me get my blanket. Oh. Oh. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. Okay. I don't know where to start. I really don't know where to start. Like, we're gonna be talking about balloons. I know. Fuck! Right? Like, fuck! Fuck! But we're talking about balloons. I'm okay, Max. He's freaking out. Balloons. We have some updates. Balloons. Alright. Chinese balloon sensors recovered from the ocean, says U.S. The sensors from the first suspected Chinese spy balloon shot down over the U.S. have been recovered from the Atlantic Ocean, the U.S. military says. Search crews found, quote, significant debris from the site, including all of the priority sensor and electronics pieces identified. Says U.S. Northern Command. The FBI is examining the items which the U.S. says were used to spy on sensitive military sites. The U.S. has shot down 3 more objects since the first one on 4 February. Large sections of the structure were also recovered on Monday off the coast of South Carolina. About 30 to 40 feet and or 9 to 12 meters. Other balloons' antennas are among the items found, according to CBS, the BBC's U.S. partner. U.S. officials said the high-altitude balloon originated in China and was used for surveillance, but China said it was merely a weather monitoring airship that had blown astray. Look at this map here. Look at this goddamn map here. Crazy shit. We don't even know anything about the other UFOs. We don't. We have no idea. Balloons. I mean, I'm serious. Like, we're at 10 days. If this balloon bullshit started on the 4th of... Well, it was shot down on the 4th of February, so... We've been doing this shit for like 2 weeks now. Almost, right? I don't know. Balloons. I mean, we're talking about balloons, right? Like, you know... Balloons. This is a news. News show. It's a news show. I'm doing a news show. This is a news show, okay? I'm just trying to let everyone understand this. This is a news show. This qualifies as news. I didn't, you know, if I were making the rules, if I were working at news.com, I would be like, hey, I don't know about this one. But I'm not. I don't work for news.com. So, it's a news show. I don't know what to tell you, okay? This is news. Efforts are underway to collect debris from where the other objects were blown out of the sky. Canada's federal police force said on Monday that the search area in the Yukon Territory was about 300 square including rugged mountain terrain with a very high level of snowpack. Royal Canadian Mounted Police spokesman Sean McGillis, said 2 L's, McGillis, said there was a possibility the fragments from the Yukon and Lake Huron incidents might never be recovered because of their remote locations. Well, here's an idea. There's a UFO, right? Maybe, just maybe, if you have fighter jets and you shoot down the motherfucking UFO, maybe after you shoot down the UFO, get one of those fighter jets, we got a lot of them, and follow the damn thing. Right? Hey, just thinking out loud. We got 35 czars from Reeland. Thank you for the czars. This blanket's causing me trouble. Oh, Christ. God damn it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Above It All program. Today is Tuesday. Does everyone ever clap for entertainment? Huh? Anybody? I told people this before, but I hurt myself yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before yesterday. I hurt myself. Maybe it was the day before. No, I think it was the day before. I think it was Sunday. I hurt myself. And this part of my body is sore, you know, like right here. You know, a little sore. It hurts. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm in pain. Not going to lie. But I fell down at some point on Sunday, hurt myself. And now I'm dealing with the consequences. So, you know, I was out there walking around. Slipped. I slipped and fell. It was a slip and fall, you know, good old fashioned. And it hurts. So, thought I would blog. A little bit. The clapping motion, this part got me. I don't know, something about this section of my body, you know? I don't know, man. I mean, my arm hurts too, but not as bad. All right. We got motherfucking 35 more czars. Holy shit. It may be my posture. What do you mean it may be my posture, Courtney? The fuck do you mean my posture? So, I'm walking around outside and you think I'm falling down because of my posture? I disagree. Let's go to the entertainment world. I love entertainment. You ever think about just where we are in the entertainment world? Where we have streaming services like Netflix, HBO, Maximum, Hulu, and more. And these streaming services, they all fucking suck. All of them, they suck. Each and every one of them blows asshole. Right? They're horrible. But we've entered a new age of really shitty fucking streaming sites. Recently, the service HBO Max, which last year, I'm not going to lie to you, I canceled my subscriptions for other things. I thought HBO Max, that was it. I was like, damn, that's a streaming service. And then they get a new CEO at HBO, and then now HBO Max is horrible. They canceled their own shows, which is fine. I mean, I disagree, but then they started removing their own original shows from their platform. And that's it. They're gone. Show like Westworld. I love that shit. I got into Westworld last year. I was all in on that shit, man. They canceled it. I was pissed. But then they removed it entirely. Where do you watch it now? You can't. And they won't let anyone else stream it. But let's jump into the story. Netflix is hopping in on this bandwagon. Netflix is removing Arrested Development, including the streamer's original seasons. So for those of you that don't know, Arrested Development is a show. It exists. It had 3 seasons, and then it was over. And then Netflix was like, let's make season 4 and 5. And then now they're going to be gone. And where are they going to be? Nowhere. They're going to be nowhere. You can't watch season 4 and 5. They're just gone. Well, they will be in March. Let's read. All episodes of Arrested Development are set to be removed from Netflix on March 15. Including seasons 4 and 5, which Netflix produced itself. After initially running on Fox for 3 seasons, Arrested Development was canceled in 2006. In 2012, when Netflix was still relatively new to producing its own projects, the streamer elected to revive the series, co-produced with 20th Television and Imagine Entertainment. Season 4 premiered in 2013, and the 5th and final season premiered in 2 installments between 18 and 19. While the Arrested Development landing page on Netflix is already alerting viewers that March 14 is the last day to watch the series, that still seems to be subject to change. Norwegian crime drama Lilyhammer, which was billed as the first ever Netflix original, was announced to be leaving the service last year, but a licensing renewal at the last hour allowed the series to continue streaming. But if the removal of Arrested Development does go through, it will be one of the few times Netflix has scrubbed its own original content, which has previously occurred with other series co-owned by outside studios with Marvel series such as Daredevil, blah, blah, blah. So you can read this more, but I'm just like, I see this fucking shit, and it like, this shit blows my mind, man. I mean, like, whether or not you like season 4 and 5 of Arrested Development, I don't care. But there's people that worked on it. And if Netflix owns the rights, are they going to let Hulu have season 4 and 5? Or are they... Like, what is going on with these streaming sites? Like, I mean, seriously? HBO is removing their own original movies and television shows. Now Netflix is jumping in on the trend to remove their own original products. It just doesn't fucking make any goddamn sense. It really doesn't. Now, I think that all streaming websites suck. They suck big fat cocks. Okay? Well, it is Valentine's Day, so maybe that's not such a bad thing. But what if, imagine a world where we had all movies and television available to be streamed. You don't have to, oh, what service is this on? What service is this on? And then it's just there forever. Now we have the technology. We can put every movie and every television show that's ever been produced ever on a streaming service. We can. There's no limitation. The only limitation is the money. They'd rather make money by promoting scams like intellectual property and copyright scams. Total malarkey. It's bullshit, man. I just want to watch movies. I just want to watch, like, now I will say this. I am a physical media person. I love having the disc in my hands. I love playing with that shit. It's awesome. I love, oh yes, you know, I love, like, let me just get a Blu-ray. I've got a Blu-ray somewhere. I got The Family Man starring Nicolas Cage. Like, oh man, I just like, oh yeah, like I get to open it, I get to close it. This is my shit, okay? Nicolas Cage, Family Man, check it out. So, for me, it's no biggie, okay? If I like a show or if I'm interested, I'll buy it, whatever. That said, there's a lot of motherfucking movies. There's a lot of motherfucking goddamn television out there. Do we really have to live in a world where every single individual needs to have a collection of their own? Like, I mean, we have the technology. We have the technology to put everything out there for free. But because of bullshit scams like intellectual property and copyright, we have to deal with these streaming services that are just deleting their own shows and then not letting it go anywhere else. Personally, not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan of this. I think streaming websites, services, as they call themselves, they're all garbage. But again, the only reason to even have them is for the original shows. I can buy The Family Man on Blu-ray. You know, whatever. Can I, like, do I really want to buy Arrested Development Season 5 on Blu-ray? Do I really want to? I'm going to be honest. No, I don't, but I'll stream it. I don't know, man. This shit is so fucking dumb. Like, just capitalism and how it organizes things is so regressive and it's so bullshit. But I did discuss a magical world where you can watch every movie you want and it's free. Now, I'm not going to tell you where it is, but it's somewhere. Free. Every movie, every television show that's ever been produced. Free. You just gotta find it. But yeah, I hate streaming services, man. This shit's pissing me off. Andrew Cola, $5. As one who makes editions of things for a living, I believe we have an intrinsic right to access everything that's ever been written, produced, etc. Thanks for the money. I agree. But for real, I do agree. Today is Tuesday, everybody, and on Tuesday, I remind people that tomorrow I will not be doing a show. I got 52 people here, which is more than I usually have at 10:40. Who the fuck is watching this show so early? You motherfuckers are getting out of bed early today? What the fuck? And you can't even bother to like the stream. For Christ's goddamn cracker. You can't even goddamn bother to like the fucking stream. Jesus. I want to start this segment by reading a passage posted by someone that I respect, a very famous doctor of some kind that I personally respect. I want to start this by reading a passage. Die a well-deserved death! Disney, you've degenerated into producing pure, boring, amateurish propaganda and dragging children into it. Cancel subscriptions to Disney Plus at Disney and let them know what you think of this. Walt is, no doubt, spinning in his grave. This quote is from a one Dr. Jordan Peterson, everybody, who is very upset about some cartoon that apparently is it's got critical race theory in it or something. And let's watch. So I don't know what this is. I'm not going to lie. I personally, unlike Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, I don't watch the Disney Channel. I don't. Apparently, Jordan Peterson watches the Disney Channel. I don't know if he has kids or whatever. If he doesn't, then it's kind of weird. I mean, kids as in small children. I know he has like an adult child, but I don't know. Maybe he's got a grandkid. I don't know. But anyway, so this is apparently a Disney cartoon that, according to Christopher, has pure critical race theory, including the insane conspiracy theory that Lincoln did not free the slaves. Well, fact check. Lincoln did not free the slaves. That's a fact. Whoa, I know there's a certain kind of viewer that is like triggered right now. Right? They're like, ah! He didn't. When Abraham Lincoln did the Emancipation Proclamation, did a state like Texas just go like, oh shit, the president of a country that I'm not a part of said something. I guess let's free the slaves, right? Texas is like, oh shit, a government that I'm not a part of said something. Damn, what are we going to do? But then let's also examine it from a different perspective. Did Lincoln free the slaves? No, of course not. In a literal sense, the slave owners set them free. Why? Because they had guns pointed at them by soldiers. Lincoln didn't do shit in a literal sense. Right? But again, I haven't watched this cartoon yet. But I love the idea, like, that it's a conspiracy theory to say that Lincoln didn't free the slaves when he objectively did not. Like, that's just a fact. But anyway, let's move on. Let me turn this down a little bit. Jesus.
Country was built on slavery, which means slaves built this country. Tilled this land from sea to sea to sea. First there was rice, tobacco, sugar cane. Then Whitney did his thing and cotton became king. And we were its soldiers, 4 million strong, fighting for America's freedoms, even though we remained America's slaves. Built this country. The descendants of slaves continue to build this. Slaves built this country. And we, the descendants of slaves in America, have earned reparations for their suffering. And continue to earn reparations every moment we spend submerged in the systemic prejudice, racism, and white supremacy that America was founded with and still has not atoned for. Slaves built this country. Not only field hands, but carpenters, masons, blacksmiths, musicians, inventors built cities from Jamestown to New Orleans to Banneker, Washington. 40 acres and a mule. We'll take the 40 acres, keep the mule. We made your families rich. From the southern plantation heirs to the northern bankers to the New England ship owners, the founding fathers, former presidents, current senators,
the Illuminati, the New World Order.
Slaves built this country. We had Tubman, Turner,
Frederick D.
Then they say Lincoln freed the slaves.
But slaves were men.
And women. And only we can free ourselves. Emancipation is not freedom. Jim Crow, segregation, redlining, public schools feeding private prisons where we become slaves again. As we celebrate Juneteenth for the umpteenth time, our account is still outstanding. Cause this country was built on slavery, which means slaves built this country. And we demand our 40 acres and a mule. Bump that! You can keep the mule.
Keep the 40.
We're taking our freedom.
So anyway, it's a kid's cartoon, I guess. I don't know what the context is. I don't know if it's like an episode where they're all doing like performances, but I see no problem, no issue with the facts of the matter. I just love the idea that like 60, how old is Jordan Peterson? He's got to be at least 60 or 70. I don't know, man. This guy, if it's not, he's got like a really high epigenetic age or some shit, man. But like, the idea that like old men would watch kids' cartoons and then tell Disney to die on Twitter, I mean, like, that's hilarious, right? It's really funny. So I don't know how old Dr. Jordan B. Peterson is, but he looks like at least 70 years old, but that's probably because of his benzodiazepine addictions. But I see nothing wrong with that. I mean, you know, I don't know the context of the show. You know, if it's a kid's cartoon and it's like frequently educational, think of like Sesame Street, for example, makes sense. If it's like a kid's cartoon that has nothing to do with education and they throw it in there, I mean, it could just be a one-off episode. I don't know the context. I'm not going to react to this. I mean, as far as this clip is concerned, it's a good clip. Note, by the way, that these people, Christopher F. Rufo and Jordan B. Peterson, I didn't even click that. I don't know why it autoplayed. They are not debunking, or at least even trying. Obviously, you can't debunk a fact. Water is wet. You can't debunk it. But they're not even trying. Like, they're just saying, black people, die! Like, that's literally it. There's black people in the cartoon. And they're doing, like, a musical presentation for their school or something. And Jordan Peterson sees this and goes, die! Like, that's weird. That's weird. It's strange. It's strange, okay? That is strange. But I don't really have any additional commentary for this. I just thought that this was funny. So, there you go. Yeah. Fucking goddamn, man. We got some dumb ass motherfuckers out here that are apparently getting millions of followers. I mean, that blows my mind. How many followers does this guy fucking have? 4 million followers. 4 million people are like, yeah, I really want to know what this guy has to say. Jesus. Jesus! Folks, we got Fun P in the chat. Everybody? We got Peter Hausman in the chat. We got Julie Gardner in the chat. And more. So, welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. Let's keep going.
The railroad tracks divided the town by race. I was the proud daughter of Indian immigrants. Not black, not white. I was different. But my mom would always say your job is not to focus on the differences, but the similarities. And my parents reminded me and my siblings every day how blessed we were to live in America. Some look at our past as evidence that America's founding principles are bad. They say the promise of freedom is just made up. Some think our ideas are not just wrong, but racist and evil. Nothing could be further from the truth. I have seen evil. In China, they commit genocide. In Iran, they murder their own people for challenging the government.
I just want to pause this real quick. The United States has committed and is continuing to commit multiple genocides. Throwing that out there.
And when a woman tells you about watching soldiers throw her baby into a fire, it puts things in perspective. Even on our worst day, we are blessed to live in America. I was born and raised in South Carolina, so I have seen the very best of our country. People here threw out the old, tired political establishment and demanded accountability for their tax dollars. Industry reports called us the beast of the Southeast, which I loved. People came by the thousands for fresh starts. Moms and dads held their heads up high. Children learned that it was always a great day in South Carolina. It's a great day.
It's a great day.
A great day. A great.
That's like one of those, like, you ever see those like Sinclair broadcasting compilations where it's like local news studios like all across the country saying the same script? Like, why would you put that in your ad?
Children learned that it was always a great day in South Carolina. It's a great day.
It's a great day.
A great day. A great day in South Carolina. We were strong. We were proud. And when evil did come,
Police in South Carolina are looking for a gunman following a shooting at a church in
Several
downtown
victims.
Charleston.
We don't know the severity.
Oh man, yo, Republicans, man. Like, Republicans are so good. Yo, okay, we're not even getting to what she. Okay, so this bitch, this bitch is literally. I'm speechless at what is happening on my screen. So at the start of this announcement commercial, she's talking about how basically everyone is free, everyone has equal rights. And then she's going to, like, in the second half of the commercial, show that that's not true. Like, no, everyone does not have equal rights. In the same commercial. Like, now, also, we need to understand who the target audience here is. She is running as a Republican. Republicans see shit like this church shooting, and they wish more people got killed. This is the target audience for Republicans. They love it when black people get murdered. Have you ever met a Republican? These people are fucking insane. So, I don't know why you would put this in your ad. This is weird, okay? But let's watch. What does she have to say?
turned away from fear toward God and the values that still make our country the freest and greatest in the world.
What?
We must turn in that direction again.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see this coming. It's like a passive, it's literally just like, yeah, there was something that happened. We're not gonna, she didn't even bring up, okay, I get it. She didn't even bring up what happened. She doesn't even bring up the story. I totally thought that she was gonna like go into, I misread that whole situation. She was just gonna mention that there was a shooting. If you know what the context is, then you know, but if you don't, I'm not gonna tell you. Okay.
From fear toward God and the values that still make our country the freest and greatest in the world.
Now, I don't know about you. But it's been what? Like almost 10 years since the church shooting here that's being referenced. And so what she is saying and suggesting is, after black people were massacred for no reason, they prayed to God. I don't know what they prayed about, because black people are still getting massacred for no reason. So, either prayer didn't work. Can you imagine this? Or, there is no or. Prayer doesn't work.
We must turn in that direction again. Republicans have lost the popular vote in 7 out of the last 8 presidential elections.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you just say that out loud? Why?
We must turn in that direction again. Republicans have lost the popular vote in 7 out of the last 8 presidential elections. That has to change. Joe Biden's record is abysmal.
Okay. See, this is a two-pronged thing. She says that because she thinks that's a dig at Donald Trump, which it is. But not only is it a dig at Donald Trump, it's a dig at the entire Republican Party. Like, which is unintentional maybe. But that is funny.
But that shouldn't come as a surprise. The Washington establishment has failed us over and over and over again. It's time for a new generation of leadership.
Just reminding everyone, Nikki Haley was a politician in Washington during the Trump administration, right? Just thought I'd remind everyone of that.
To rediscover fiscal responsibility, secure our border, and strengthen our country, our pride, and our purpose.
So I just have a question. Strengthen our country. What does that mean? Strengthen our pride. What does that mean? Strengthen our purpose. You might not believe me, but I'm going to tell you a shocking truth after this advertisement is over.
Some people look at America and see vulnerability. The socialist left sees an opportunity to rewrite history. China and Russia are on the march.
So, okay, the socialist left is rewriting history? What does that mean?
They all think we can be bullied, kicked around. You should know this about me. I don't put up with bullies. And when you kick back...
She doesn't put up with bullies, and yet she served in the Donald J. Trump administration. Like, yo, this bitch is on crack. Like, what is she talking about, man?
It hurts them more if you're wearing heels. I'm Nikki Haley, and I'm running for president.
Jesus, this is like a fucking trailer for like one of those comic book movies. All right, shocking truth. This video is AI generated. I mean, tell me, is it possible that a human being put this together and thought, nailed it, there's no way. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe that any human beings looked at this and said, yeah, that's a good one. I mean, this is the most generic, like, milk toast, no policy substance. It's gotta be AI generated, or at the very least, like one of those like video editor, like prefab kind of project files. Like, I'm serious though. Like, look at this shit. Like, when they showed like the fucking, where was it? The Great Day in South Carolina. Like, that was crazy. Where is that?
Blessed ability ways.
I don't even know. Like, and if it's not AI generated, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. But I mean,
they're from the truth. This day, we are blessed to discover past as evidence that.
Where is it? Why is the audio here so horrible? Yo, this ad is so big I can't even find the part I'm looking for. Like, Beast of the Southeast. Yo, this whole thing, man. This whole thing. This is so good. Here it is. I found it.
Children learned that it was always
It's a great day in South Carolina. It's a great day.
It's a great day.
A great day.
a great day in South Carolina.
Like, seriously, you're gonna sit here and tell me that a human being decided, yeah, a great day in South Carolina, that's gonna be the winning message for starting our presidential campaign? No way. No, this is AI generated, man. Like, I don't doubt that she filmed these segments, but like the editing is so horrible. Like, okay, we're gonna run for president. Let's tell everyone how great it is in South Carolina. Like, I'm just like, okay, so she was governor of South Carolina, right? Something like that. Are you gonna tell us something you did when you were governor? Like, she's like, even when hate came to South Carolina,
victims,
right? You'd think, I thought that she was going to say like, and then I did this, but she doesn't even, She literally, like, I mean, that's the thing, like, when you're running for president, right, and you have a career in politics, when you announce your presidential run, you would say, look at these things I did. Even if they're not good, you would still say, look at these things I did.
Don't know the severity.
We turned away from fear, toward God, and the values that still make our country the freest and greatest in the world.
I mean, what? Like, and again, okay, so we did a national day of prayer after the Charleston church shooting. It didn't work. Prayer didn't work. Next. Can we come up with something else? It didn't work. You prayed. I don't know what you prayed for, but unless you prayed for more black people to get massacred in mass shootings, which, hey, I'm not saying that Nikki Haley did pray for that, but that's what happened. And if she wants me to believe that prayer exists, then the only thing that I can imagine that she would have prayed for on the National Day of Prayer is for more black people to be massacred. Because that's what's happening. Because if they're trying to tell us that they prayed that mass shootings that are targeted against racial minority groups would stop, that didn't happen. In fact, they accelerated. They've gotten more severe. So the only thing, either prayer doesn't work or it does work and this bitch is praying for what's happening. I don't know. But that's a weird ass fucking campaign video. Anyway, now that we're done dissecting this video, let's find a good like freeze frame here. Just, you know. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. So Nikki Haley's going to run against Donald Trump. But the thing is, Nikki Haley announced her campaign before Ron DeSantis. Is Ron DeSantis going to run for president? That's what people are going to ask. I say, if he does, he's a dumbass. Let's analyze the 2016 Republican primary and the 2020 Democratic primary. What happened in these primary elections that are similar to each other? Well, you had a two-person race in both of them, and then you had a bunch of other dumb motherfuckers on stage as well, sucking up airtime and acting like crazy people, right? In 2016, it was Donald Trump versus Ted Cruz, two-person race. But then you had 9,000 other dumbass morons that were making fools of themselves, right? And what happened was, Donald Trump, he got a large share of the vote. And if everyone else would have, you know, gotten their shit together way sooner and rallied behind Ted Cruz way sooner, maybe we'd have a President Hillary Clinton. But what happened in the 2020 primary? Two-person race, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders. Then you had 20 other dumb motherfuckers sucking up airtime. So, I ask you this question. Are we going to see a repeat in the 2024 primary on the Republican side? Is it going to be Donald Trump versus the swamp? Because that's what Donald Trump wants. Donald Trump wants Ron DeSantis to run for president. Why do you think he keeps fucking goading him into it? With this like meatball Ron shit. What the fuck does that even mean? Right? He wants them to run. Nikki Haley's in. It is now a two-person race. Nikki Haley, Donald Trump. If Ron DeSantis runs, it's a three-person race. Ron DeSantis will maybe pull a little bit from Donald Trump, but they're also going to split the vote with Nikki Haley. John Bolton has said he might run for... right? If the Republicans actually want to take down Donald Trump, they would have rallied behind Ron DeSantis in a serious fashion and put all their energy into it. Now, I will say, is Nikki Haley really running for president? No. No. She has a 0% chance of winning. But also, more importantly, she knows she has a 0% chance of winning. So why hop in? For books. That's what they all do. That's what Republicans in 2016 did. That's what Democrats in 2020 did. They hopped in for books. They write a book. They run for president, raise their profile, go on the Sunday shows, talk about their dumbass fucking book. They get a bunch of money. They drop out. Maybe they get a little political clout. Maybe you get a cabinet position. That's it. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about running for president. It's all smoke and mirrors. It is all smoke and mirrors. That's it. She is basically just announcing a campaign for vice president. If anyone but Trump wins, she's going to try to slide right in. Just like she tried to slide right in Donald Trump's administration. Because bitches like Nikki motherfucking Haley don't actually fucking care. They're lying. She's not running for president. She is lying to you. If you think she's running for president, you're a dumb motherfucker. She is not running for president. She is running for vice president or a cabinet position, or she is running for book sales. That's it. Because we live in this dumbass monopoly version of the world where you can just say, I'm running for president. And then people like, oh, wow, they're running for president. Go there, blue. And then they'll just buy your book or some shit because we live in a stupid fucking clown show world. But anyway, there's the news. So, there you go. Oh. Mike K, $5. Hi, Andrea. I haven't talked to you in a while. Hello, Mike K. Hi. Folks, we got Courtney in the chat. We got PRM Politics in the chat. Sounds like a name of a show. Maybe they have a show, maybe they don't. I don't know. Someone let me know. We got Hanging Thief in the chat. We got Ed Hillary in the chat. And more. So, that's cool. We got a lot going on today. East Palestine, Ohio. And I'm not talking about that thing that they say in Japanese cartoons. I'm talking about the United States of America. East Palestine is a location in the state of Ohio. And there was a train derailment that occurred. And for those of you that don't know, that was 11 days ago. Okay? 10 days ago, as of yesterday. 10 days of lies. 10 days of disinformation. 10 days of cancer. 10 days of dead dogs. 10 days of dead cats. 10 days of dead fish. And Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg has finally broken his silence with a Twitter thread that quite honestly blew my mind. 10 days of nothing. Nothing. The largest ecological disaster that has ever happened in the United States of America 10 days before a government official said something about it. Right now, people are being lied to, being told that it's safe to go back to East Palestine, Ohio, where they are now breathing in cancerous chemicals. And they will be for a long time. People will die. Dogs and cats, pets, animals that people have had with them are dead and dying. There are videos all over the internet of dogs vomiting and dying because of the vinyl chloride explosion. Let's see. Secretary Pete has spoken. 10 days late, so it better be good. I continue to be concerned about the impacts of the Feb 3 train derailment near East Palestine, Ohio. Now, I'm already triggered, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. I continue. This is the first time Pete has ever talked about this. 10 days after it occurred, this is the first statement he's made. If this is like, if you were to make a movie, right? Let's say you got this movie idea, like, it's about like, a frog, and like, the frog has like a sword, and then, like they do something, right? It's called like Sword Frog. And but then you decide, all right, you know what? What if I just made Sword Frog 2? What about Sword Frog? How are you going to make Sword Frog 2 before Sword Frog 1? That's essentially what this guy is doing. If Pete had made a statement earlier, okay. And the effects on families in the 10 days since their lives were upended through no fault of their own. It's important that families have access to useful and accurate information. Now, we know factually that they don't. They were evacuated too little too late and then told to go back home before any tests were done. And then once the tests were done, they found out, yeah, the air quality and the water is actually really poisoned. It's really bad, right? You go and look at the rivers, dead fish. You go to look in the forests, dead animals all over the place. Look in the houses, dead dogs, dead cats. They've been lied to. So is Secretary Pete Buttigieg going to break through and cut through the shit? Cut the crap! Is that what's going to happen? Is he going to tell people the straight dope about what's really occurring? U.S. Department of Transportation, has been supporting the investigation led by the National Transportation Safety Board. How are they supporting them? We don't know. Our Federal Rail Administration and Pipelines and Hazardous Materials teams were on site within hours of the initial incident and continue to be actively engaged. How are they actively engaged? We don't know. We will look to these investigation results and based on them, use all relevant authorities to ensure accountability and continue to support safety. Now, notice this one, continue to support safety. So far, they've already lied to people, telling them it's safe to go home. People go home and then their dog dies. Now imagine this. You live in East Palestine, Ohio. You hear about this, you get told to evacuate. You follow instructions. You get told it's safe to come back. You go back. And that same day, your dog dies, coughs up and vomits blood. And then you go on Twitter and say that Pete Buttigieg is continuing to support safety. He's continuing. He was doing it, and now he's still doing it, right? Right? He's continuing. In the meantime, our federal partners at EPA are on site and monitoring indoor and outdoor air quality to test for VOx and other chemicals of concern. They're monitoring. How are they monitoring? We don't know. EPA has screened 291 homes and no detections were identified. 181 homes remain to request screening called... Now, no detections. What does that mean? Right? Does that mean they found that there was vinyl chloride and other toxicants in the air, but it didn't meet a certain threshold to be reported upon? Right? That's what they mean. If the EPA is on site and doing tests, then presumably they're testing with their EPA guidelines. EPA guidelines are famous for, you know, being like 1,000x what the actual safety limit is. So I ask you a question. Does the government give a fuck about you? Like, I'm talking about 0.0001%. Do you think Pete Buttigieg has ever in his life, ever, a single moment, like not even a second, half a second maybe. Maybe they're watching like a really emotional movie and they just, for a second, they have this thought. Do you think Pete Buttigieg has ever given a fuck about anyone other than himself? Because I'm going to tell you the answer is no. Not a single second, not a half a second, not a quarter of a second. This guy is not even a real human being. This guy is some guy that was made in a fucking laboratory somewhere. The way this guy speaks, the way he behaves, the lies that he comes up with, his vocabulary. This guy is barely even human, a cyborg at the most likely thing. Now, obviously, I'm being facetious. My point here is to say that this guy is a soulless corporate goon. All he cares about, one, money. Money. That's all he cares about. 2, fame. Fame. And that's it. 50% money, 50% fame. Not 49% money and 50% fame and 1% actually positive health outcomes for people that are... No, he doesn't give a fuck. Literally. It is not even a part of the calculation. That's why he didn't say anything for 10 days. Because he thought the mainstream media cover-up, which so far has been pretty good. The mainstream media cover-up, he thought, would mean he didn't need to talk about it. But unfortunately, the cover-up failed. Well, at least to the point where Pete feels the need to talk about it. These people, they don't fucking care about you. They don't care about you. And it's not a Democrat thing. It's a Republican thing. It's a politician thing. It's an American thing. They don't fucking care. At all. At all. Not only do they not care, but the idea of theoretically caring never crosses their mind. When you're at a meeting with Kinsey Pete and whatever goons he's got surrounding him, do you think at all that they ever discuss health outcomes for people that live in Ohio? Of course not. All they care about, how can we make money from this? And how can we boost our profiles from this? That's all they care about. That's it. And sometimes, the quest for power and fame temporarily aligns with helping poor, impoverished, working class people. Sometimes. But again, they're not doing the right thing for the sake of doing the right thing. They're just doing the right thing because at that moment they can profit from it. That is the only time that any of these politicians will even pretend to care about you. That's it. And again, pretend, because they don't actually care about you. They are manipulating you and your tragedy for their own profit and their own quest for power and influence. And that's it. That's it. So this statement is obviously bullshit garbage. He is not continuing to be concerned. And also, concerned? I mean, I will tell you this right now. Having read the news all day, for the last couple days about this, I am not concerned. I am horrified. I am terrified. Concerned would not even crack the top 10 words that I would use if I had my thesaurus in front of me to describe my emotional attachment and feelings in regards to the vinyl chloride derailment. Right? Concerned. Like, my God, this uppity little fuck. He's concerned. Fucking concerned. Wow. Well, hey, everyone stop the presses. Let me go call my friends in Ohio. Hey, oh, sorry your dog died, but did you hear that Secretary Pete is concerned? Oh, that's great news. All right. Concerned. He's concerned. Well, I think I've said everything I need to say about that one. Fucking concerned. Oh. Oh. It's a great day in South Carolina. What the fuck? Folks, we got Granudissimo in the chat. We got the number one, not number two. Fuck number two. That guy's a bitch. Number one, Max the Dog Appreciator in the chat. We got Theresa Gosnell in the chat. Anastasia. And even a rare appearance from Dev J. And more that have showed up for today's program. Folks, this is the Above It All show. This is the Valentine's Day episode of the Above It All program. Where is Max the dog right now? Max! 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 Max, you're famous. Max, you got fans. Max, you're famous. Look at the Max the Dog toy collection. Are you seeing this shit? Are you seeing this fucking shit? Max, don't you have enough? Don't you have enough, Max? This motherfucker. God damn it. Incredible. Everybody, I want to pause this program for a moment. Well, I'm not pausing it, but I just want to take a little break from other news stories to talk about something that's very serious. There is a problem in America, and it's affecting our children so much so that we really do need to talk about it. And no, I'm not talking about school shootings. That's kind of a problem, but let's be honest. It's worth it. It's worth it. Kids getting gunned down by crazy motherfuckers, whatever. As long as I get to have an AR-15 hanging on my wall. But what am I talking about? What is really damaging children in America? Is it COVID-19, which is now the leading cause of death? Or at least in the top 3 leading causes of death for people under the age of 15? Nah, as we know, there's no such thing as virus or disease. They're fake news. So, but what else is affecting children in this country? Is it the rampant abuse of social media that is getting people addicted to the dopamine reward system in their brain so that they keep scrolling through those TikToks and, you know, they keep posting epic cringe to get likes? Is that really damaging our kids? I mean, I'm not worried about it, so. But what is really hurting our kids? Is it groomers? You know, the transgender people that are just walking around and doing their own thing, and then somehow that affects kids negatively, I guess. I mean, that's what people in the news are saying. But personally, I don't think that's a problem. But what's affecting our kids?
A traffic stop in Texarkana nets a large haul of drug-laced gummies, and the driver in handcuffs. Texarkana, Texas police tell us the 2 pounds of gummies, you see how they're packaged there, found in a vehicle laced with THC. That's the substance found in cannabis plants. Police believe the candies were on their way to Memphis from Houston. The driver is facing a felony simply for being in possession of those drugs. TPD tells us this should serve as a warning for all parents in the Arklatex.
It's pretty common for kids, especially, you know, early teens, to start experimenting. And a lot of times the gateway drug or the step-up drug or the beginning is THC or marijuana. This is not something that you're going to buy on the candy aisle at a store. It's obviously going to be bad.
But it has that look of a candy aisle at the store, and that's what's so...
I love that they cut off the cowboy hat dumb fuck when he was like, he started to like explain how it's actually not a problem because you're not going to find it in a store, and then they cut the mic. Like, no, this is a huge issue. Shut up, cowboy man.
Or it's obviously going to be bad.
But it has that look of a candy aisle at the store, and that's what's so concerning. 19-year-old Kareem Carruthers of Houston was arrested in connection with that case.
Oh, man. Top 10 dumbest motherfuckers in human history.
A traffic
This guy.
stop in Texarkana nets a large haul of drug-laced gummies.
Drug-laced gummies. Drug-laced gummies. Can we talk about what the word laced means? I'm going to look up the definition of this, just so I can be as accurate as possible. The definition of the word laced is as follows. Contaminated with a substance, usually harmful or toxic, present in small amounts. Okay, laced. It means contaminated with a substance, usually harmful or toxic, present in small amounts. Now, marijuana is not harmful and it's not toxic. But what does the word contaminated mean? Let's find out. the word contaminated, having been made impure by exposure to or addition of a poisonous or polluting substance. I have a question. Has anyone ever baked? Let's say you bake a cake. You do all the bullshit, you put it all in a bowl, and then you go like, blah, 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 and then you throw it in the oven, okay? And then let's say someone eats the cake and accuses you of lacing the cake with flour. Let's say they accuse you of lacing your cake with sugar. It was laced. Really? It was laced? Top 10 dumbest motherfuckers who have ever breathed oxygen on planet Earth. This fucking moron? Laced. Let's say, I don't know, we're making a salad. We got leafy greens in there. We got spinach, cucumbers. We got tomatoes up in this bitch. Would someone be in their right mind if they accused you of lacing your salad with spinach? That salad was laced with spinach. The point that I'm getting at here is that they were not laced. They were designed and manufactured to contain these ingredients. If something is laced, that means, again, as I've used the defined word, the definition, it means to be contaminated. What is contamination? Something impure, something that is not part of the actual material, the ingredients. What would lacing be? Let's say I'm at a bar and I'm drinking, a vodka soda, okay? And someone puts roofies in my drink. I did not order vodka soda with roofies. Therefore, it is laced. It is laced. Someone laced my drink. If I ordered a vodka soda with extra roofies and then I drank the vodka soda with extra roofies, that would not be laced. That's what I ordered. That's what I meant. So they're lying. This is a lie. But then also, isn't it funny that weed is legal for most people in the United States of America? 50+% of people that live in the United States of America, weed is legal. But in states like Texas, drugs! Drugs! It's drugs! Ah, the kids are gonna get the drugs! It's drugs! Don't die! Gateway drug! Couple states over, totally legal, adults only. Couple states over, drugs! I have a question. Max is concerned because I'm screaming like a dumbass. I have a question. You ever go to the liquor store and you see these, wine coolers, they got the Smirnoff and the Seagrams and all that. They got these wine coolers and shit, but they're like bright blue. You ever see that? Blue raspberry. You ever see like the cans of the Four Locos and shit? They're all fancy. Does that mean it's marketed to kids? It's in an adults only section of a store and only adults can purchase it? Are adults not allowed to purchase items that have cartoons on them? But obviously, I am taking this bullshit way too seriously. These people are all fucking morons, man. Again, top 10 dumbest motherfuckers that have ever been born and have ever walked on planet Earth. This fucking dipshit cocksucker right here. I don't know his name. I don't want to know his name. Dumb motherfucker. This guy is a dumb shit for brains cocksucker. We're talking about dumpster sludge kind of dumb. We're talking about like a 13 IQ kind of dumb. The idea that you're going, like, would you say that a wine cooler is laced with alcohol? That's the fucking point, dumbass. That's the fucking point, dumbass. Jesus fucking Christ. But this is KSLA.com. Report.
Drugs. TPD tells us this should serve as a warning for all
experimenting, especially, early teens to start experimenting. And a lot of times the gateway drug or the step-up drug or the beginning is THC or...
I have an alternative theory for the gateway drug. If kids are going to be consuming Jolly Rancher gummies that have marijuana in them, wouldn't the gateway drug be the Jolly Rancher gummies? If kids see a colorful package that looks like candy and they want to eat it and it has weed in it, wouldn't the gateway drug be the candy? Now, we know that sugar affects the brain. Sugar changes the way the brain functions. Sugar is an addictive substance. When you feed kids sugar, they become addicted to it. Fun fact, 1 in 5 U.S. children, 20%, 1 in 5. If you have a classroom of 30 kids, you have a classroom with 20 kids, right? 1 in 5, what is that? 4 kids are going to have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. 20% of American kids have fatty liver disease. The average U.S. child consumes 80 grams of sugar on a daily basis. 80 grams of sugar. But you don't think sugar's a drug because you're a dumbass? All right. What about caffeine? When children consume soda, like Coca-Cola or Mountain Dew, not only are they getting a very poisonous dose of sugar, which is a toxic chemical to the body, fructose specifically, but they're also getting caffeine, which is also a highly addictive substance. My opinion, caffeine consumption should be banned for anybody under the age of 13. Is putting caffeine in soda and then marketing soda to kids, would that count as drug-laced soda? Caffeine's a drug, just happens to be legal. But again, everyone involved here, except for the person who got quote-unquote caught, that's a hero. Someone bringing drugs, aka marijuana, not a drug. If cigarettes aren't a drug, marijuana's not a drug. If alcohol is not a drug, marijuana's not a drug. Marijuana is less toxic and less harmful than alcohol, than sugar, than caffeine, and all three of those are legal. A little interesting. But there you go. It's a problem facing millions of Americans today. Anyway, that's the show for today, folks. That's the fucking show for today. We have a chat question and or comment and or concern. It does sound very concerning. I like women, and I can't get aroused by a guy, even if I try. Now, I'm curious what even if I try means. This is from Granudissimo. But I do drugs, so I guess I'm supposed to like man's butt. 2 T's, butt, booty, ass. Yet, I don't crave it. Am I doing drugs wrong? Now, that is a very important question. Thank you for writing into the show, Granudissimo. To answer your question, I have to tell you, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. But I acknowledge that you're struggling with something, and I wish you the best. Oh, Jesus. That's the show. That is the show. Folks, I have an announcement. YouTube is sending me a message. Live. It's happening right now. There is a gigantic, very large, blue box on my YouTube window. It says, now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn more money inserting ads the more viewers are watching. Give it a try. YouTube is sending me messages. I am going to comply. So enjoy watching these advertisements. That's it. I mean, I have nothing else here. I mean, that's all I got. It is apparently Valentine's Day today, which is, I guess, a holiday. Is it? I don't know. So, if you celebrate Valentine's Day, I hope you have fun. Feel free to tell me how it goes. And if you are alone on Valentine's Day, you can go to my Twitter page and search through the media tab and find some good material for you to work with. But anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll see you on Thursday. Have a good one.